Well, to the parents, I would say, trust the process. Everything will be fine. Obviously you are scared because it's a new step for you. I totally understand that. But trust me, your child after coming here will be a changed person.
We are building this community. We are building this ecosystem for holistic learning, and it gives me that joy 24/7.
Children just show us a mirror of what we are, and really looking into that mirror and understanding where we are, what we are doing, and what changes can be brought in. So that is something what H3LF is to me.
I see this entire process of going through the grade school from grade 1 to grade 12 as literally reliving or experiencing the entire human evolution.
The most beautiful thing would be when a child has the experience, I am an I am. I am an independent being.
I would describe H3 as you're not learning, but you are learning.
I think mainstream is very polarized. It has everything on its labeled on how much can you do with your head. Conventional way, I guess it's more about running, I would say. You want to run and reach somewhere. You haven't decided, but you want to run. But then while running, it's a different skill. Yes, we need some time, but not always. You can't be running every time. You also need to walk, hop, sometimes just sit. So where are those?
वहाँ पर there were too many subjects at the time, every day.
I was feeling this from a very long time that this is not right. Whatever is happening is not right. I was just pulling him from school, taking him to a tuition class, from a tuition class, coming back home and reading and learning and banging my head. And results were really good. The report card showed that he scores A+ in everything. But come back and just try to find out what is happening, I don't want to talk.
Why there are no colorful days now? And why we can't go out and play? The ground is right there. Teacher says not to move.
That was the moment when we thought that, okay, something is really wrong in whatever is going on, and we need to find out a solution to that.
And we were not aware that if we just break open, everything was available to us and it was free. We were free. So coming out of that conventional education system and stepping into Steiner was like freeing us from a closed box.
Waldorf education talks about is educating the whole human being, the head, the hands, and the heart.
Slow way of learning that happens, and that too with understanding of the subject that is being done through the entire journey. That really makes it more exciting.
In Waldorf, I learned that the student will not move ahead unless the concept is completely imbibed, noted down very well by the student in the mind, versus just the books. And with Waldorf, mostly we don't look at books, or absolutely no textbook education. That's another factor that really made me think like, yes, this is the best way to go about.
I mean, most adults learn a lot of diverse skills by themselves. How and what are we doing in order for the kids to actually learn that learning skill at the early ages? That's what this education is doing. It is helping them to learn by themselves.
When you ask a question to the teacher won't give you the answer straight away. You'll figure it out by yourself.
Our teachers help us derive it ourselves, and we are led to the conclusion.
Which is grounding. Not only grounding and anchors the child in learning, but also inspires the child to come up with their own understandings and not just give them ready answers.
Not disconnecting from the real world and not isolating yourself to an abstract idea of digits and procedures. Always bringing it in connection to the real world.
H3 is a place where you don't have textbooks to read, but you actually learn with experience.
Bring the frog out of the well, place them through imagination, through information, through experiences, through a lot of exchange, conversation, and the classroom becomes alive. It becomes a very human space for exchange of thoughts, emotions, ideas.
If people say that Waldorf education doesn't have enough academics, then they're greatly mistaken, because we have like 2-3 week intensive camps, and of course we have like breaks and we have good food and games. But yeah, there is rigor in our work.
Teach different subjects, be it physics, chemistry, and mathematics, as well as some niche programs such as the boat building, which involves a number of skills such as perspective drawing, application of carpentry, the application of technology, and so on and so forth. So the more skills and subjects that one teaches as a Waldorf teacher, it kind of makes the lessons more alive and interesting for the students that are being taught.
In a Waldorf school system, you will see that a teacher is taking on a group of children at grade 1 and she's traveling with them, she's moving with them through the grades, and she's teaching at the lower grades all the subjects.
तो यहाँ पर क्या है, 2-3 subjects are addressed maybe widely, and then that is easier to follow, to keep track, and to understand also.
Whatever we learn in class is not just limited to class, it's out there, it's relevant. One fact that Steiner says, children learn not from what you teach them, but from who you are.
Yes, it's not just a moral education, it's also a very artistic education, and this is probably more well known than the first one. Everything that you do in Waldorf education is very aesthetic, it is very beautiful.
तर हे जेव्हा मी एका वॉल्डॉफ शाळेमध्ये शिकवायला लागले, तिथे मी रुजू झाले, तेव्हा मला कळलं की हे काहीतरी अफलातून आहे.
In Marathi, there is a saying called "ऐकावे जगाचे, करावे मनाचे." Probability that the learning is actually happening, and the teacher is also that much involved in that process. So that is most appealing to me in the Steiner's pedagogy.
As a teacher, you don't necessarily only teach the content. So every time as a teacher you teach something, you also see the effects of the teaching not just on the student, but you also see it on yourself.
The content is not very rigid, and content is not like the same old content being brought in from one year to another. It is very lively, it keeps changing. So it is very class specific, what the class really needs.
I've also seen many parents who think this is an issue, that Waldorf is not as academic oriented as a conventional school.
I really have a different take in when we say conventional, non-conventional, alternative. See, these are all education, and no education can be bad. We've all come with the same systems, and we have not turned out bad.
I'm not entirely against the idea of exam, because I feel, it should be a medium not to judge the student, but to make, in the form of an assessment. So the student himself understands where he is in his understanding of the subject.
Exams do not necessarily have to take anything away from the subject or the child's experience of the subject. It is just a separate skill set development on how to express themselves in a particular way.
I would say there's pressure but not stress in Waldorf. Like, stress is more harmful. I would say, like, pressure is good in a healthy amount. So I think that should be there in any education system to motivate you to do better.
Like, I had gone to Australia with Sharva. So over there, we realized that the children over there, they didn't have so much parental pressure about education, schooling especially. In like year 10, they were doing part-time jobs, get above 80%, do this, work 10 hours a day, sit on your table. So there is that pressure in India.
Just sitting down, learning, and then the body just tires up, just stiffens up. So to free the body, you have games.
One great thing about this place is everyone is seeking.
I feel like H3LF is like a big joint family with teachers coming from Hyderabad and then from Netherlands and all that. So it gives us a great opportunity for learning. We actually make our own notes, we make our own textbooks, we make our own books.
It is a school campus, but it has such a homey feeling.
This community and the Waldorf way, I can definitely say, has made me ready to face anything in the world.
If you are inquisitive about something, anything, and if you want to experiment with anything, come join us.
You have to trust yourself. You have to trust the decision that you've taken, that this school is good for you.
If you really want to see how your child blossoms, please come in and see how you also change in this journey.
To the students, we currently have more teachers than students, so we need you guys. And to the teachers, we are going to have more students, so we need you as well. Nice.